Wadsworth and Amy Wadsworth.
Did you know that today's Aloha Friday? And it's May Day, and they call it Lay Day. Today's Lay Day. And I'm Cleanse Plus. And Amy is cleansed. She's gentle, I'm fierce. And we're so excited to be here. This has been such an incredible experience. What better place than Hawaii to lock into your dreams? Imagine, you don't have to imagine this because you saw it yesterday, but the sun setting over the deep blue ocean. And then you look behind you and there's a full moon above the mountains. Is that magic? And within that setting, you get to really focus on what you're experiencing, who you're with. Think about your future and the dreams. Amy and I were able to talk to so many amazing brand partners and hear stories yesterday that were so touching.
Absolutely. I think this is the place where dreams come true. And this island is an island of magic. You just feel it. You feel exactly what Darren said. It has soul, just like our company. You feel it. It's wonderful. And so I think one of my favorite things is to connect with you. I was on the boat and I got to connect with Tiffany and Liz. Are you out there, Tiff and Liz? Where are you?
Right there, I think.
I can't see. Oh, yes. Oh, they're so fun. I think that's my favorite thing. We got to sit there and talk, and I got to hear about their miracle and their dreams coming true. Can I share it a little bit? Oh, it's so fun. So Liz teaches art class, and it's a homeschool, so she's volunteered, but it's more so she wanted to teach some educational motivation books, but she thought, well, if I let them do artwork, and then I make them, but encourage them to listen to these audio tapes. And so
How to win friends and influence people.
Yeah, right?
While they're
Grow
painting
rich.
watercolor.
She's a smart
Is
lady.
that wise?
She's a smart lady, yeah.
You get to keep their heads busy and you...
So she's an artist herself, and so she said to Tiffany, says, well, do something for me. And so Liz, a very spiritual person, and prays over it. She says, what should I do for Tiffany? How do I make our dreams come true in the venture we're doing together? I hope I'm getting it right. And go to Liz, she'll fill in all the details. But we're sitting on the boat, and she said, so I really prayed, and I visualized. I saw in my mind this beautiful picture. I saw everything, every detail. And she said, I painted it, but I never got it to her. And then we get to Hawaii, and we come into our room, and I think they were speechless. They look out their window. They take the picture that Liz brought, and it is almost identical. Identical. I didn't know what to say. I had to look away. Well, tell the
Down
detail.
to the detail. It had white curtains. It had the deck chairs right there. It had the sun setting over the ocean that was framed by palm trees.
And two mountains on the side.
And she had visualized this. She had painted it, and now she's seeing it live.
Had given it to her partner. I mean, if that's not number one, a manifestation of the Spirit letting them know what is possible, and then showing it through the miracles of what God wants to give all of us. He wants us to prosper. He wants us to enjoy the riches of His world.
Amen.
I know with all my heart. Amen. But He's a giver. He's a giver. And if we dream with gratitude, He's so willing to give and make our dreams come true. So thank you, Liz and Tiffany, for letting me have an opportunity to spend some time with both of you. Thank you.
We spent some time with Bob and Lynn Budd at dinner.
Love that family. Bob, Lynn, Chris, Joni. Oh, love you guys.
They call their dream board a prayer board because they pray over it every day. But Bob shared how specific he gets when he crafts this dream board. And then he shared that exactly 1 year later, they looked back at the very specific goals that they had set on their dream board, and they had accomplished them within 0.1%.
Well, what's fun is they work as a team, and they both, unless they have the same number or the same idea, they're like, you go back and pray, and I'll pray. And so they split, and they go back and pray again. And then they come back together. What did you get? What did I get? Okay, we're not on yet. Go back and pray. And I love, because God lets us work through our dreams too. I mean, think how he could just give us anything he wants, but he knows that we wouldn't appreciate. He knows that through our struggle, that is where the joy comes, to see where we are from where we came. And so he's all about the struggle, but he's all about the triumph too.
When we were in Vancouver, we met with some of the team from Canada, and who was it that said, I love my struggle? I love my struggle.
She came over to Canada. She says, I was in school, and she said, I cleaned toilets, I cleaned bathrooms for years to get through school. And then she looked at it and she says, but I loved it. I love my struggle.
So you don't just pray, you go to work every single day. Bob works at incredible hours, and he knows that prayer must be accompanied with consistent action. So there's big dreams. And there's little dreams. But all dreams are better together and should be celebrated. Sam and Emma in Hawaii for the first time. Sam is so excited with what happened. Many of you know the story of Emma earning her horse. 2 Saturdays ago, she broke her record and she made $280 in one day. She came up with a new recipe for a healthy carrot muffin with almond frosting.
We were in Canada, and I get
We weren't even
pictures
home.
of the kitchen, a total mess, like cupcake batter everywhere, and the containers and frosting, and I'm like, wow. And then I see her at our next door neighbor's door. You have very kind neighbors. Move next to very kind neighbors, that's all I can say.
When we get home and she has a notebook and she's keeping track of her customers and she's talking about subscription and she's offering a redelivery in 2 weeks. I mean, she's just leveling up her ability. But one part of the story that I didn't share, first, just imagine the imagery of riding a horse named Faith through life. So you're racing on faith and you're leaping over obstacles. Can you see the imagery? But we haven't told you that Faith almost died about 2 months ago. You know this. She got colic. And horses can die in 24 hours when they get colic. But Faith can't die. Faith's not allowed to die. So we had 3 days of intense prayer. And Faith bounced back.
Can I tell you something about Faith, though? I was at the barn, and I was watching and waiting for Emma to finish her round. And Faith did it. Emma was on, and Faith, we didn't know how sick she was at the time. And Faith went out there and jumped with Emma. She comes out, they get her in a stall, and she collapsed. But Emma said, she was, Mom, she took care of me. She didn't collapse until I was off her. What a partner. That's sometimes what we are in our partners, right? We stick in, it's hard, we feel sick sometimes. And then sometimes we collapse, but then
miracles happen. I mean, Matt and Jolene are sitting on the front row like good students, which I love. And he lost his job. And then he said, I'm going to turn that into a silver lining, and I'm going to go lose 37 pounds and win the Body Balance Challenge, and then win a trip to Maui. I hope we can hear their story. It's so touching. I had a dream when I came to Maui. I love kiteboarding. And if you go outside, you can feel the wind. It's very steady. It's the trade winds. It's so consistent. And I've always wanted to kiteboard in Maui. And I got to do that for the first time in my life. Our oldest son, Daniel, is my lifeguard because Amy won't let me go out alone.
He says, I'm like, John, I told you you're not allowed to do that. And he says, Amy, I have a 20-year life insurance. It's called Daniel.
I've been paying my premiums every week for... He has saved me at least 5 times. So.
10, 20.
But these types of experiences, they change our life. And when we go back, Darren mentioned it at our opening dinner, travel changes you. It changes you from the inside out. And you go home with bigger dreams, with bigger ambitions, with more confidence. And that's why we're here together. And today, we have some incredible things to talk about. I'm going to escort Amy back down to the front row, and we're going to do 2 days of masterclass in 8 minutes. Are you ready?
Let's give it up for Amy Wadsworth.
The 8-minute version. If you want the 2-day version, it's coming up in Nashville, Tennessee. Brent and a bunch of leaders are doing a boot camp for 2 days with deep level strategy. I can't get on stage and not talk about strategy. Forgive me in Hawaii to talk a little bit about strategy, but we're your partners. And we want to make sure that we're fully aligned with what you're facing every day on the front lines as you go out and share PartnerCo products and the opportunity. If you look at where we stand today, we're perfectly positioned. We have chosen health and wellness. It's an $8 trillion market. It's growing 10 times faster than the population growth. So you know the future is amazing. And you're right on the front line of that at PartnerCo. People will always want to feel better and look better. So we have a huge future. Do you feel it? You feel confident in your positioning in the world today? You're offering solutions that everybody wants. When I was in Canada, Dr. Strand said, Core Cleanse Plus Drops addresses the number 1 challenge that the population faces today. So you have the number 1 solution to the number 1 problem. That's a perfect formula for success. In today's world, what people listen to has changed. They no longer want to see polished mega influencers. They want to see you. It's called user-generated content. It's more higher converting, it has more trust, it's more effective than anything else. It's you, unpolished, you, going online and sharing your story. That's what works today. And guess what? That's what we've been doing all along. It's perfect. So you're perfectly positioned. Everything that you guys are doing right now is addressing what the world wants. But to give you some scope of how many people want what you have, there's over 100 million people in North America that self-identify as what's called creators. You're creators. But they have a dilemma. They want to post and create content, they just don't know how to make money doing it. If you went out on a busy street and you stopped a random person and you asked them if they post content online, most of them would say yes. If you asked them, do you want to make money posting content? 95% of them would say yes, but the harsh reality is they don't. It takes them 6 months to make their first dollar. You contrast that with what's happening in PartnerCo. It takes them 18 months to make their first $2,000, and we have a system where they can do that so seamlessly, so fast. So every single day when you wake up and you think, I want some more prospects, just realize there's 100 million people out there that are already wanting to do what you have to share. Isn't that good?
Oh, yeah.
And here's the dilemma. Take a picture of this because it's way too many words. But here's what everyone's facing, and here's the answer that you have at PartnerCo to give them what they seek. The list is so long, you can be so confident that you're offering what people want. We call it partnership marketing. It's the intersection of the creator economy and the wellness industry. It's the perfect match. It's so innovative. It's exactly what the world wants today. And we're on the front end, relationship-powered social commerce. We're your partners. And for us to be able to consistently deliver helpful tools and technology and strategy and systems, I want to propose a unified common language that we can all use to describe the journey of a brand partner. So think about this as I describe it and start to frame how you think about your business in these terms. And then as we are constantly innovating and coming out with new technologies and strategies, we can all speak the same language. Because that's the first way for us to really be good partners. So we like to view the business in terms of phases. A new person comes in, we call that phase 1. They need early wins with no expertise needed. That's what the system of growth is. A new person comes in, they need to be able to succeed without any expertise. You show them how to do it, they onboard, they begin to post twice a day, they attract their warm audience, and they have early wins. Is that what you're experiencing today with your new people? Yeah. Is everybody experiencing that? Yes. And then you want them to become a mentor in phase 2. So now they need to show other people how to do what they did. Phase 1, phase 2. Phase 3, at that point, you've probably introduced your entire warm audience. Everyone in this room is in phase 3. You're here today because you've mastered phase 1, you've shown other people how to do phase 1, and now you're in phase 3. Now the challenge with phase 3 is you need to grow your audience. And that takes some additional strategy work. That takes some additional leadership skills. That takes some additional, how do I go out and effectively prospect? How do I go out and create content that attracts new people to me? For us to really enhance these phases, we've come up with 2 programs. One is our Wellness Monday program, which will begin in May with our core experts on the Academy, the Wellness Academy, led by Dr. Joshua Plant. And imagine this entire world of Partner Code, tens of thousands of people all participating in an expert seminar every Monday and recording their own health journey and posting it online. Can you imagine what kind of attractive content that will be when this synchronized activity happens all around the world? Everyone's talking about their healthy habits. They're talking about the products that they're using. They're showcasing their own journey, that story, that real authentic story that people want to hear all together. Are you guys in? Yes? Yes? So, not only will it help your customers learn, they get educated, they get inspired, it increases retention, but it becomes a content machine where everyone at PartnerCo is unified, sharing thousands of stories. These stories are going to go out across the entire universe of social content and attract people to you with the goal of filling up your inbox. If everybody's inboxes are full and they have the right text scripts so they know how to convert those full inboxes into new customers and brand partners, life is good, right? So we'll segment the business journey into these 3 phases, and we'll constantly examine each phase. How's phase 1 doing? Is there anything we can do to refresh that? Is there anything we can do to make it more effective as the world evolves? How's phase 2 doing? What can we do there? We have another program that will be layering onto phase 2 to give additional incentive for your brand partners who have sold to their warm market. Now they have to become a mentor, which for some people is it's a bit of a leap, right? What can we layer on incentives to help them do that? We're going to talk about U2 a little later, and James and Brennan are also going to talk about it. And then phase 3, okay, now you're a leader. You're a lifer at PartnerCo. You're a leader of leaders. Because you accomplished what was required in phase 2, you now unlock what we call Creator Academy, which is access to another expert program where you get tips and tricks and hacks and ways to improve your ability to fill up your own inbox and help other people do the same. Are you okay with this language? So, next to your dream board, you've got your team board. And you can start to think, okay, what phase is this person in? What phase is this person in? What phase is this person in? And when they run into roadblocks, it'll be so easy to diagnose. Oh, you're in phase 1? Okay, we got to get you into phase 2. You've already sold to your warm market. Now we got to turn you into a mentor. All right, here's your solution. Can you see how this can organize your leadership? And then we come in, all the people sitting around this table, we're talking about, okay, what can we do for phase 1? What kind of technology? How can we integrate some AI into that, to make it smooth, to make it easier. You love it? Hey, we talked about U plus 2. This is you achieving ultimate and then personally helping 2 people to activate. This happens in phase 2 of everyone's business and unlocks access to Creator Academy. It unlocks access to the mentorship program that James and Brent are currently running. It unlocks access. It creates this incentive for people to take the leap and become a mentor. It's beautifully integrated. Now, last strategy is concept. And this one's important. This is product strategy. So again, this is very compressed, but just put this in your mind. The way that we think about products is we categorize them into 3 different categories. We have enrollment products, like the drops. This is a product that stops the scroll. It's a product that yields at least $50 of daily pay, because it needs to be lucrative enough that people really get up off the couch and go post and share it with other people. And then we have what we call add-on products. These are products that pair perfectly with the enrollment product and they accelerate the results. This is perfectly combined and partnered with the drops. Okay, this accelerates the results of the customer. It increases the amount of daily pay that people can earn by sharing it with customers. And then we have retention products. And these retention products are products that people take forever. Noni, Limu, we have so many, yes. So many amazing products. So this helps as you're building your own business strategy. What are we doing to make this even easier to implement? Can I share a little bit about our branded boxes, Katie? Yeah. Okay. So this is a PXP deliverable that we're very, very excited about. But these would be branded boxes that have, for instance, the drops plus core cleanse in a single box, branded with the solution to turn what used to be a 2-part offer into a single cohesive offer. You see it? With a nice unboxing experience. That enrollment order is the most important order, and we want to do everything we can to make it smooth, to make it easy, to make it simple for you to introduce to your customers the full solution. The full solution in a package where they're buying a program that has additional benefits to them, that gives them faster results. Do you love it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And these types of solutions, we're just going to keep innovating and keep coming up with amazing ways to layer on technology and systems and programs to help. Okay, let's review the roadmap. Edwin put this together for me. It's a beautiful animation. People at PartnerCo, they start as a customer, then you convert them to a brand partner, then they become a mentor with the goal of becoming a lifer. By the way, phase 3 never ends. It's an eternal quest. It's an eternal quest for personal development. I had a philosopher tell me that the definition of happiness is progress. And once you're in the state that everyone in this room is, what keeps us happy is always figuring out a continuous way to improve and to progress, and that's what we'll be doing at PartnerCo, is investing heavily in implementing and allowing that to continue to happen. We're going to focus on the customer journey. This is going to be ways to, once you introduce your customer to a product, to help them along their customer journey. What touch points can we add to the program, to the process? Once they become a brand partner and start in phase 1, which we love, it's the magic at PartnerCo, is the system of growth. Then they become a mentor, then they become a lifelong leader of leaders. And that's why we're so poised to grow. We're in Hawaii. Can everyone please stand up? You see Darren and I do the PartnerCo high five all the time. Let's go to our partners around the table and do the PartnerCo high five.